All right, welcome to my cultural confrontation presentation, and I am Jacob Goodrich. So let's get going. So, assumptions and misconceptions that I may have had before I visited them. Oh, and also, I guess I should say at the beginning, my cultural confrontation project was I visited another religion. I went to a Trinity United Methodist Church. I know the pastor there, and so I went and visited one of his sermons. So yeah. But I think I've always known that there were good people and that we had stuff in common, but I still thought of them as different. I don't know if that makes sense, but I did. And I'm LDS, and I don't think I've ever had anything against any of the other religions, but I also think I probably thought of them as somewhat untrue. Like I figured that I'd probably feel uncomfortable and disagree with a fair amount of what they teach and stuff like that. But those are just the assumptions that I think I had before. I've never really been super concerned with other religions, so I didn't have a lot of assumptions and pre ideas about that. So how did my thinking change? I'd say that all of my assumptions were changed, and so I know, like I mentioned, I know the pastor there, and I'm friends with him, and he's a really great guy. And when I walked in, everyone was super nice. The pastor waved over to me from across the room and welcomed me in, and he came over and introduced me to a number of people. Others came up and went out of their way to meet me, and they knew I was only there, even though they knew I was only there for a school assignment, which the pastor announced over the pulpit. But I felt very welcomed and accepted, and the service itself was really cool. I didn't necessarily understand everything, but I felt the Spirit really strongly. So it was good to realize that we can feel the Spirit and the love of God wherever there's truth. Afterwards, people came up and said how much it meant to them that I came and visited and participated. I think it would be an awesome thing. I would not be opposed to going back and visiting every now and then just for fun, because it was a really cool experience, and there's some really neat people that I met. Um, so conclusion, I think that most of what I concluded was summed up in the previous slide, but the main lessons I think I learned are that good people are everywhere, and that there's so many other Christian religions that love God with all of their heart, and also that the Spirit of God and that joy and peace and happiness that comes with that are present wherever there's truth, and there's truth in a lot of different places. And even if our beliefs don't perfectly align, we can still find common ground, and that connection alone can be a really powerful bond. And I think that in this we can see the principles of love and compassion and overcoming all barriers, how these people were just so loving and so kind, and I think really had a godly love within them that I immediately felt welcome and comfortable, and it was a really neat experience. But yeah, that's my project. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Or not, because this is my last high school thing. But thanks anyway.